Hey guys, it's Mel. I wanted to do this video for a viewer. She asked how I got my, here's just two die cuts just to show you examples. She asked how I did the cheeks on, and it's going to be hard to see because of this glare, on the little die cuts that I made. Here's one that's outside of the bag. Sorry if you hear my 2-year-old. But here's the little cheek. So I told her that it would be easier for me to do in a video. Plus I think it would help her more so than just typing it. So basically, these are SVG cuts that originally had different, originally that had different faces, like it cut out the eyes and the mouth similar to this. And I didn't care for it. I thought they looked a little goofy. The cheeks were really big, and it even had a cut out mouth that I don't like the way it cut out. And it just looked funny. So I decided to try some little things, and I ended up liking this a lot better. So there's the little cheeks there, and I want to show you not just the cheeks, I want to show you how I did the eyes, because then someone else asked after that. So this will be good because it'll be done in all videos. So I just have a few. I don't have a lot because they're kind of pricey and you don't really need a lot, but I have a few different Peachy Keen sets. I want to say, like, for the regular faces, maybe like 4, and there's one more besides this one. So this is the one that I used for the and this is called PK 1301 Sweet and Innocent, and I used the little girl's face right here, and then I did the boy's face so that they look, when I did the boy Indian, so it looked like that they were looking at each other. So that's what I did with that. I also really like this Happy Lashes one. This one was the very first one I had, and in fact that one is all individual pieces where these ones are all put together. But the individual pieces are good when you have something really small and you want to make these stretch to where you can space them out how you want on your paper. But anyway, I used this set this time, and I'm going to use this same face that was from this little guy here. So let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to use, yes honey, yeah, you can have one. Alright, so first I use, here, get down, gotta get down and have them. Okay, first I use this this Simon Says stamp on Intense Black. I used to use Memento all the time, and I will still use that from time to time, but this has just proven to be a little darker, a little crisper, and I'm really liking it. I just wish that, I'm sure they eventually will, I just wish that Simon Says stamp will sell refills for this, and also I wish they would sell a teardrop small size one. So I'm sure they're going to eventually. So I did a really horrible job inking that up, but it won't matter. So this is just a little sample piece. So what you want to do is first stamp your image. I leave it on for a second just to make sure that the ink sets in, and then I lift it straight up, and there you have it. So there's that, and it's going to look funny for this whole demo because it's not going to have any hair on it. So just pretend he or she has some hair. So there's that. So that's that stamped. And then it dries pretty quickly, and so first what I do, and this is what I use my Jelly Roll pen. Sometimes I use my glaze one, the white glaze that I told you in a review that I don't know how I feel about this one, and I don't know if you can even see that that says glaze, but that's the glaze one, and this is the Jelly Roll, and it says 08, and the number on here is XPGB number 50. I know that's how they go by when you order these on Scrapbook Pal, but I've had these for a while, and I use them all the time for like my stitch lines or little accent marks, or for this case, can I sit down? Let me come up so I can sit down. So anyway, what I basically do, and see how it looks funny because it's stamped onto like a tan piece of paper, I just kind of go, and you want to, with these pens, you want to press lightly because the ink flows better instead of versus pressing really hard, which you are kind of tempted to do because that's what we do with regular pens. And see how that just brought it to life? And then I just go in and just do the little dots anywhere that looks like it's not supposed to be white. And see how, look at that one versus this one, how much better it looks. And I just normally, like when I go in again, I'll show you with this one, I trace in the inside, same thing I do with coloring, and I don't quite hit the black because you don't want this gel pen to go too much on the black because you want it to stay within the stamp shape. So then I just do that, I just outline it on both sides and I fill it in the center. And then I just go in again with the 3 dots with my gel pen, and it looks really good. So that's what I do there. So then for the little cheeks, this is what a subscriber had asked. I had this little thing a long time ago, and this is by Pebbles Ink, and it's going to look funny like a, you know, almost like a, what's that called? Like a surgery tool. But it's this little thing that looks like a needle, and you just press it like this, and it has these little, and this is going to look scary probably, but these little claws that come out, and it'll grab any size like cotton ball. And I happen to have this really tiny one that came with the pack, but there's like different ones you can do, and then it just kind of holds it, and that acts as your tool. But if you don't have one of these, and I'll show you too, this is what I used. I got this at a garage sale like years ago for 50 cents, and I just saved it. And although I don't use it often, it's by Stampin' Up, and it has all these colors. So this is ancient, like it, even the copyright here is 1999, so I'll tell you. So I saved this is just like a foam protector sheet, and these are all the colors it gives you. And it came with a little Stampin' Up eraser, which I never use, and then some of these little ancient little Q-tips. So maybe if you don't have that tool, you could probably just use a disposable Q-tip, or if you have any of these. But I don't use them, I just use my thing. And I mainly use like the cheek colors or flesh colors, and I used this one time for something else, I forget what, to chalk something. So I don't use it often, so these will last you forever. So that's basically what I use. So let me use that. And then I used this color down here. So if you happen to have this in your stash, I use this color right here for cheeks, and then for the scarecrow I use this color, which is like a coral color, but it came up really cute. So it depends on what you want to do, but we'll just use the pink one for that one. But I also have a smaller set of chalks, but this has lasted me like a lifetime, I feel like. So then you just bring your little face over, and then you just gently like chalk it out. And then I have another one that I usually get, like I'll usually change out but like I just love with the chalk, like the faded out look it gets, instead of just looking like two blobs of Copic right there. It kind of looks like makeup, or it looks like little rosy cheeks, and it just as you do all these things, it kind of brings it to life. And then what I did for the center, but you want to do this in this order. So what I did for the mouth is, you don't have to use a Copic, but if you have a red color pencil, whatever you have is red. I just happen to have one of these, and this happens to be, if anyone wants to know, R29, so it's lipstick red. And I just used this end of the tip, and I basically just colored the tongue in, and just really, really lightly, because you don't want it to run, and it's such a small area, so I just kind of fill that in to give it some life. So there's the little tongue. You could choose any red, it doesn't have to be this dark, it doesn't have to be this light. And then the reason I do that first is because I don't want my Copics to touch this gel, to touch my like little gel pen, because I think it messes with the nib. So to keep it safe, I do that first, and then I go in. And you could either leave, because like I guess the inside of your mouth would be like flesh color, but I just happen to color it white. So again, what I did is I just kind of went around, like just kind of messily traced around the area that you're going to be coloring in. See like that, how it's just kind of around the edges? I outlined it, and then I take my pen and I'm going so softly, and I'm just filling that in. And see how much that brings that to life? So that's what I do there. Then you could either go and I'll do one cheek this way. Then you could either use the same pen. And I also notice with these little things, when it has ink on it, if you just go like this with your finger, we know how dirty our fingers get when we're crafting. Just go like that and get it off, and then it just gives it like a cleaner blob. So then I go in and just give little freckles. You could either do this in a light brown if you have a fine tip, or I like to do it in the white because it's just a soft little accent. So you see I did that there, and then here I did it in the brown. So it depends on what look you're going for. So there's brown freckles, here's little white freckles. But what I found that I actually like the glaze pen for, I didn't really like it. I tried filling it in the eyes, and I think it's more because this isn't an instant gratification, the glaze version of these pens, because you have to wait for it to dry to the pigment to really show. So I think that's why I don't like it. But you could I like this really a lot because it comes kind of more like a liquidy flow, and you're not going to be able to see it right now, but I'm just kind of doing little dots around, and it's flowing really nice. So it doesn't look like much now, especially in comparison to the other cheekies, but give me 1 second. So look what that looks like now, and then as it dries is when you'll really see it. So I'm just holding it in front of this little fan that I have right now, and you'll see what I mean when it starts to, there it goes. It's starting to dry, but it takes a minute or so. And then once it dries, the glaze pen shows up a lot better, and it kind of looks cooler. But for me, I just like it for the cheeks, and I love the other white gel pen. It just seems a little more opaque for the eyes to use that. So look at this now. So now, remember when we first liked the other side better? Like I kind of like this side better, and that's with the gel. So that was just a quick little job, but like you can make them smaller, which is what I normally like to do, smaller little freckles. But see how much that this side shows up better? So that was the glaze, and then this was the regular gel pen. So that's the difference, and they're both by, what is this company? Gosh, I forget. Jelly Roll. So they're both by Jelly Roll, the brand, but this is Jelly Roll Glaze, and the number on this one is XPGB 850, and then the one on the regular pen, the non-glaze one, is so that one's 850, and this one is just number 50. So I really love these pens. I have a few in my little vault, and I use these, like say you have a darker piece, like, let me see if I can do it with this, like brown, it really stands up, so I wish I had that in front of me to show you. But like I use, is this the glaze? No, this is the regular. I use these to just do like little stitch marks, and I just think it makes such a nice accent, you know, when you're doing your little projects. Or like if you just want to do like a dot, you know, the dot ones, or sometimes people do like a line, a dot, a line, a dot, a line, you know, just do your own little pattern. But you see how much that shows up on there. So I really love these pens. So I have a few in my arsenal. What is it, my not yet, just wait 1 minute, I'm almost done this video. So that just shows how nice that they look. That shows how nice that they look with a gel pen. So just wanted to show you that. So hope that answers some questions, and thank you for being patient until I did a video versus text responding, because it's just easier to show in person what you can do. But this is how I do these faces, and you can really make some of these SVGs come to life and make them your own, especially because you can mix and match the different style of the eyes, like this one's different than this one, or however you want to do them. And I just think it gives them such a cute little face. So thank you guys for watching, and I will post more videos soon. Bye guys.